Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Farming Valley. So, it's the 3rd of winter right now. I did spend a couple days getting some stuff together. You can see we've got food and everything. Hammer. If I recall correctly, when we tried to upgrade our hammer, we lost it, right? That was one of the tools that bugged out on us. So this is the next best hammer as far as upgrade level. So I just grabbed that one. I also bought a new one because I couldn't find the hammer, but it was over. It was over there. I need to sort that chest. Totally forgot about that chest for the longest time. Also over here, I just prepared our copper sickle. So that's at 100%. So once we get some, some materials, we'll go ahead and upgrade that. And then I went ahead and stocked up on food. Some of this stuff I am going to put into the lunchbox. So let me get a few bowls of that. And we'll go ahead and dump this into there. And we'll put in that and that. That's fine. Rotten flesh isn't too bad. It gives you hunger, but it does restore quite a bit. Well, no. I'm not going to put that in there. I'd rather eat that manually because I want to make sure both pieces are eaten together whenever I do eat it. So, anyways, oh, I got this recipe book. Today we're going to be mining. That's one of the major goals of today's episode. We're going to be spending a little bit of time mining and trying to get to the next material. Of course, right now we've been mining copper. I would like to get to, I think it's silver that's next. Though I do believe we are going to have to upgrade this hammer before we can actually mine it, I imagine. So, let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and pop into the mine. We're going to try to get a bit of, a bit of resources off this. Let's see. There we go. And I know it's been brought up in the comments, and if we jump and hit it. Oh, it doesn't work for those. Is it these? No, I don't know. It doesn't work for anything in here. I know it's brought up that if you jump and hit, it'll automatically break, but it's not really working for us. I don't know. It may only work for the ones outside, though. It may only work for those. I'm not 100% sure, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and just push on through the mine. I did make a bunch of torches. Let me actually put these on our bar here. And we have our ender book, which if you take a look at that, we have mine exit and mine entrance. Okay, so we're just going to, I guess, just push on through here. I don't know that we really need a teleport for copper, unless we do it a little bit lower where there's, like, more dense copper, I guess. But honestly, I mean, we've got enough copper. We won't probably ever need it again throughout the series, but because we've already got, like, I don't know, 2 stacks or something. I just need to get this thing leveled up, which it is leveling up extremely slow. So I may actually want to break these rocks, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it takes about 3 breaks before it actually gets a point in the percentage. So I'm either going to need to just, I don't know. There should be a lot of copper once we get deep underground, I should think. So we may just go ahead and push on and then hope we find enough copper. But that's a lot of copper. That is a whole lot of copper. And we're not even 100% sure that we even need to upgrade it before we can break the next resource type. I imagine that we do, but we may not have to. So, we shall see. See, I don't know about... Oh, okay, there we go. You have to, like, jump a few times to break it. Aha! Okay, we have figured it out. We now know how to break the stuff a bit quicker. The only thing is then you're using up hunger to jump. Now, if you notice right now we're at Y199. Basically, we have to hit bedrock. We have to go all the way down to bedrock. And that's how we're going to reach the next layer, which is the next material. So, if you didn't have to jump, that would be, hands down, a better method. I mean, it's faster, but then you go through hunger a bit faster, too. So, I don't know. It's kind of win-win, lose-lose, I guess, but the nice thing is, regardless however far we get down today, we can always save it with the ender book and then teleport right back down here. Now, I have been through this area, if you recall, but Yeah, see, there's a torch over there. I just ran out of torches, and I went down a little ways past this, but I was out of torches. But I think that Ender Book is going to be a must-have. I don't know for sure if we get, like, a teleport. Once we reach, like, silver level, if we get a teleport, like, other than the Ender Book, to go down or not. But otherwise, can you imagine? Because, like, each layer is a different material. So, like, right now, this is all copper all the way down. And then once we get to the next level, I want to say it's like tin or silver or something like that. I could check NEI real quick. But basically, you get a new material each layer that you go down. Okay? And as you can tell, I mean, it's a far... I hate these little chickens. They're so small. They're hard to hit. You know, it's a different material. So if we take a look at Harvest Festival, it goes... There it is. So it goes copper, silver, gold, Mistral. Is the way that it goes. And then past Mistral, there's also Cursed, Blessed, and Mythic. So I'm not for sure what we need to get those. But yeah. Kind of wonder if I should just be breaking all these junk ores and like... Because this is going to take... Well, we're up to 32%. That's not terrible. We've come a long ways since we started. Chickens around here. Now, of course, the junk ore, there's not really anything to do with that. So... And I didn't think to bring any water with me, but that's fine. I mean, the day's almost over, so we're probably going to go up in a minute. I'm just trying to get as far as we can get each day, and then we'll just Ender Book it. I do believe. So, I mean, right now we've made it to Y157. Okay, well, we've made it to Y151 today. That's not terrible in the first day. But my hunger and thirst is awful right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and make a new... whoops, I did not mean to... I don't want to call it the void. Let's call it current layer. And we'll just mark that. And then what we can do is we can just click mine exit, teleport right up here, and exit out of here. And that's what we're going to have to do is we're going to kind of have to bunny hop. We're going to have to kind of bunny hop or leapfrog our way down through the mine at the moment. So it says I've got full thirst. That is a lie. So I'm going to go ahead and just slip in here and get a little bit of water before we sleep. Okay, animals are taken care of, and let's head on back into the mine. It's going to be pretty much just straight back into the mine each time. Oh, hey. I tell you what, I'm not terribly concerned about all these monsters out here. I'm just going to run to the mine. Haha. And hopefully they'll despawn while I'm in the mine, maybe. Okay, so now that we're back in the mine, we can go ahead and pop over to the current layer, teleport, and here we go. So, let me get this back out. And the stuff seems to respawn each day, so if you mine copper on a layer, the next day, it'll be back up. Oh my gosh, I hate all these little chickens. I cannot stand them. They're like the worst thing ever because they're just so fast. And of course they have the tiny hitbox. They're like extreme baby zombies. And I cannot stand baby zombies because of that reason. But I do know that as we get farther in, we're going to be fighting different types of like evil animals. So like right now it's like the zombie chicks, but I believe next up it's zombie chickens, and then it's like zombie pigs and then zombie cows or something. Maybe there's sheep mixed in. Oh, they're starting to break torches, it looks like. Is that really a thing? They're going to do that? Speaking of, by the way, do these... No, let's give weeds. Okay, never mind. I was wondering if they give like the little nourishing roots and stuff that you can get on like Harvest Moon and Farming Valley and stuff. Or not Farming Valley, Stardew Valley. Speaking of Stardew Valley, though, my friend sent me a thing the other day, because there's a new patch coming out for Stardew Valley, and the new patch, they've kind of put out a teaser for it. They haven't said exactly what it's going to be, but it's a picture of the guy's in like some sort of like aquarium, you know, like the player is, and he's fishing, but it's like, it almost looks like it's underwater, or it's like an aquarium of some sort. And it's a teaser for a new Stardew patch, which is pretty exciting. For Stardew, if you've never played it, I mean, it's an amazing game, right? Well, you know, nobody knows exactly what... I don't know. Like, my guess is it's going to be like some sort of aquarium, kind of like what you have in like Animal Crossing, which I love Animal Crossing, by the way. Or I love the older Animal Crossings. I don't know why they turned it into like party games mess, but anyways, I don't know if it's going to be like an aquarium like on there, where you could put fish in and store them in there and like have them for, I don't know, decoration or something. But the fact that he was fishing in there, or not decoration, but like a museum sort of thing. But the fact that he was fishing in there almost makes me think of like a fish farm. Like maybe you catch like a breeding pair of a certain type of fish and then put them in there. Would be kind of cool as well. I don't know. I have no clue. But it's going to be exciting, I'm sure, whatever it ends up being. But alright. We are in totally uncharted territory at this point. We're at Y85. We're getting close to the next layer, but this is definitely some work, I tell you what, like to get down these layers. And I can only imagine once we get down the next layer, I don't think we're going to probably meet mama chickens until we get to the next layer, I think. But that's going to be, I don't know, that's going to be interesting. We've fought them before because they do spawn in the overworld as well. The mama chickens do, but I'm assuming they're going to be spawning up next, but we shall see. I do need to break more. I'm only at 65%, and we'll be coming down into the next layer before long. Which my main goal is just to get there, right? So that we can just pop in there at any time, and we can get the metals that we need. But I know during winter I would love to get to, you know, silver tools at least, maybe even get into gold tools a little bit. Because the nice thing is having all those sprinklers, we don't, you know, if we wanted to upgrade our watering can or something like that, it's not really a big concern because everything's sprinkled. But of course, I also don't know how much it's going to cost to upgrade all these tools, because I think the price goes up, you know, the higher upgrade that you're at. So, alright, we're at 74% now, though, so that's not too bad. It is a whole lot faster with the jumping. Uses more hunger, but our farm's pretty stable at this point to, you know, supply us with food. Oh, these little chickens drive me insane. And I think all the little creatures are going to be adding together. So, like, once we get down so far, we'll be taking on baby chickens, mama chickens, evil cows, evil pigs, like, all these different things. Or it's evil sheep, I think. They're actually right in here. You can see somewhere. Yeah, dark chicks, dark chickens, dark cows, dark sheep are the ones. Oh my gosh. I have a feeling we probably, to go too far in the mine, we're probably going to need to get to church and start getting hearts, because, I mean, these little chickens, they don't do a massive amount of damage, but they're so fast, they do get a little bit of damage on me, you know, over the course of things. So, alright, we are at Y level 55. We are getting there right now. We are definitely getting there. This is a lot of layers. Like, I mean, it's not like 100 layers like it was in, was it Stardew Valley? And then Harvest Moon had that one, too, that was like the never-ending, or had a couple of them that were never-ending dungeons over the course of its series. But, this is still, I mean, it's a lot of layers. It is quite a bit. I mean, thing is, like, normally they're not hidden under rocks like they were in, like, Harvest Moon and Stardew, but they still take a while to find these. A little bit tougher. The farther we go down, it's starting to get a bit tougher. There's a lot of guys on the map. Like, look at that. And they're off over... There's one right there. Okay. They've got more health now, too, if you notice. Like, used to, it was like one hit and they died. Now, not so much. They are definitely getting, they're definitely getting a little bit more powerful now. It's not going to be much longer before this hammer breaks. Okay, here we go. So we're at Y43. I tell you what, let me, this current layer, I'm going to go ahead and break it off, and I'm going to put, I'm just going to update that just in case something happens to me and I die. That way we've got to teleport to this point. And I'm going to go ahead and go straight down. I don't think I need to be hitting every floor right now. I'm just trying to get to the end. Yeah, with us at 93%, we're good. I'm just going to have to go upgrade and repair and stuff like that is the only thing. Okay, these most recent floors, they haven't had much on them. As far as mobs go, there's not a lot. My water's getting down again. I should have brought some water with me, but it's about the end of the day anyway, so I'm gonna be wanting to head up and rest. See a little chick over there. He's kind of making his way over in this direction, so there we go. Oh no. Actually getting decent little XP off these guys, though. So at least there's that. Okay, I'm going to... This is Y19. We are just about there. Actually, this next floor doesn't look like it has a lot of guys on it, so we're at Y13. I mean, we're pretty much there at this point. I'm going to go ahead and make another teleport. We're going to say this is current layer and new. Okay. And we'll go ahead and warp to the mine exit. That way, once we hit the silver era, I don't know if I want to keep... I mean, I could go ahead and get this upgrade ready. It's 98%. Let's do that. 100%. Okay. So, what we're going to do is, let's just pop out of here. Okay. I'm just trying to get to the blacksmith right now. And he is not in here. Awesome. Never here whenever you need him. Okay, I'm just going to get to the house, get some water in me. I was wanting to get my stuff repaired tonight. That way, as soon as we wake up, it's repaired and we can get it upgrading. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Aha! He's in there right now. Okay, so what we can do is we can just talk to him. Oh, he's going to need stone. And I think he only needs one piece of stone, so... Oh, we'll get this repaired, and then we'll get it upgrading. And we'll be all set. This I can do. Please come back in a day to collect your repaired tool. Okay. So that means in the morning, it'll be repaired. Like, first thing in the morning, as soon as we wake up, come back over here, and it's repaired. Alright. So let's go ahead and sleep. And then if we pop back over here... Love this horde of zombies. Yeah, needless to say, if you pop into the mine, it does not kill the mobs. Like, the sunlight doesn't affect them. Well, it's not chunk load, so I guess that makes sense. But alright, I finished working on your hammer. Pleasure doing business with you. Okay. So we got our hammer, and then, this I can do. Please come back in 3 days to collect your upgrade tool. And we've got 156,000, 155,000. So it's 1,000 to upgrade to the next tier. Okay, so he's upgrading that to copper right now. It is going to take 3 days before we get a copper tool. But, while we're waiting here, I'm going to pop back into the mine. I do need to go take care of the animals, but I'll do that in a moment. And we are going to pop down to current layer. Right down here. Keep in mind it does take a little bit of XP to teleport, but we've got plenty of XP at this point. Oh, is that... Aha! There is silver that spawns in this layer. I guess the next layer is primarily silver, and that's probably why there's the layer thing. I imagine we'll probably still be able to find some copper once we get down to the silver layer as well. So can we even... I don't even think we can break this. No. No, we're going to have a copper tool to break that. So, that makes sense. Alright, but I would like to continue on downwards. I mean, there's that one piece of silver that we missed, but chances are if I waited till tomorrow, it wouldn't be there anyways. So, we're going to try to hit the next layer, because I want to see what that's like going into the next. Because we're at Y7 right now, and this is going to put us at like Y3 or something. This is probably the final layer right here. Oh, dark chicken. All grown up achievements. Aha. Fireworks everywhere. Okay, this looks like a pretty big floor. There we go. That's what we're looking for. And I don't know if this is going to be... This is probably going to be a different dimension, like mining dimension 2 or something. So we're probably going to have to put a teleport down to here, then a teleport at the start of the next layer. See? There's another silver. Man, I wish I could mine those, but it's not a big deal, I guess. Alright, let's go ahead and eat here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put... I'm going to get rid of current layer, and I'm going to put... to mine 2. Okay, so we can teleport between the mine exit and the level to mine 2 portal. And then if we step through here, let's see what we got. Yeah. Oh, I can still access that. So I'm just going to put mine to start. There we go. And I'm probably going to leave the 2 mine 2. That way we can go, we have a teleport to the very top of the, let's say the copper mine or whatever, the first mine. Then we have a teleport to the very bottom of that mine. Even though I guess we could just... I guess there's that too. Let's do that. We'll get rid of 2 mine 2. And we'll just have mine 2 start, mine exit. There we go. That works. Okay. So right now, I mean, there's not any kind of materials here at a first glance, but maybe it's because it's the first floor. And I'm kind of nervous about stepping down into this. There's a lot of copper. Maybe copper becomes like the junk ore, like over time. Like instead of having like all the junk ore everywhere, we have just lots of copper, and then there's like, silver mixed in with it. I do hear chickens. Yeah, see, there's silver right there. I was just kind of looking to see if there's a lot of mama chickens or just a lot of baby chickens. Right now I'm just seeing a lot of baby chickens. They seem to be about the same as they were. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and mark this spot. And we're going to call this current layer. Because I don't want to keep going because we can't mine the silver right now anyways. There's not a whole lot of point. I'll stop right here and then we'll pick back up when next we mine. I need the hammer to get upgraded. That's what I need. Oh, I should have went ahead and had that upgrading before we even got to winter. But that's fine. Whoa, I just took a bunch of damage. Okay, so we ended up coming out with over a stack of junk ore and then almost 2 stacks of copper ore. Actually, it probably would have been 2 stacks because I think I want to say it's 10 copper, 10 of the ore to upgrade a tool, I do believe. So I'm just going to sell all this junk ore. This stuff can go. The copper ore, I'm just going to go dump it into our storage building. We've actually got quite a bit amassed in there, I do believe. Because, of course, I'm trying to fill this up first. Well, we've almost got 3 stacks, so that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm going to let that fill up, and then any excess after, we hit the 8 stacks. I mean, 8 stacks, admittedly, it's overkill just a bit, but anything after 8 stacks, I'll just sell it. Because I imagine these metals will actually sell pretty good. And then, I mean, if I ever need money, like, explicitly, I can always pull it out and sell it, but that is fine. Now, we do have a few minutes left today. Next episode, we'll probably do a little bit more mining, and that way we can get some silver once we get that copper hammer upgraded. But what I want to do is I want to have a look around and see. I think our next farm plots... I actually need to remove all of that, but I'm going to wait until I upgrade the scythe, though, because I don't want to have to repair it again. And we'll be able to upgrade it here pretty soon. But see, I'm almost thinking this mountain back here just needs to go entirely. And then we could have, yeah, because I want the farm to kind of run back behind the barn. And we're going to need to start setting up farm plots now. I don't have the means to really rip apart a mountain too easily at the moment. No quarries or anything like that. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know if we have any quarries or miners or... I don't know. I'm going to have to look through that and figure out if we have any way to, like, mass destroy, like, mass reshape the land or not. Because I'm not for sure. But I think what we're going to do is I am going to remove... I want this little pathway here to kind of run all the way back, like, through the farms, and we'll have farms on either side of it. So kind of what I'm thinking is... This is one of our main projects we're going to be working on this episode, but... Or this season. This and lighting. And possibly next episode we might get into a bit more into lighting as well. But I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to have the pathway kind of come out and run along the side of the barn here and connect over into this pathway from the back side of the barn. I do believe. I've got a lot. Honestly, I'm going to spend the next few days just digging out land, probably. Because we're going to have a lot of work to do, because I've got these hills back here behind the farm, or behind the barn, that have to go. Not all at once, but bit by bit. So I'll probably spend quite a bit of time between episodes digging this out, because that is a lot of ground. And this is basically where we're going to need to put our next bit of farm plots. It's back in behind this. So it's gonna be a little bit of work. Because like what I'm thinking is we're gonna have here's the barn, okay, and the farm plots, they're gonna come back. I've got this zombie coming after me. Okay, so we'll have the farm plots right here, and then we're gonna have this kind of come back, and then we're gonna attach the stable off to the side of this, and then farm plots on back. I'm gonna have this main pathway, and then I'll have another main pathway that kind of runs like through here, I think. And we're also going to have to take into account, we're going to have to do some forestry stuff too, like fairly soon. Like tree farms and stuff like that. We're going to set those up before too long, but I'm just kind of running this pathway down through here so we have kind of a visual idea. But I think, like what I'm planning is this is going to come through, and then we're going to have like four wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, this will be pathway right here, and then it's going to continue on in that direction. And then we're going to have the next, the next farm plot's going to be right in here. It's going to be another basically like a 9x9 farm plot section, but this one won't have a windmill in the middle of it, I don't think, for this one, since it's directly behind that. And so we'll have actually 9 plots inside this next one, and it's going to be kind of the same as this, but this will all be like cash crops, whereas this one is eventually going to be all wheat that's growing in here, which wheat will probably end up selling it, but at some point. But I just have a massive amount of stuff to dig out at this point, because I mean I've pretty much got to dig out a 9x9 plot, or not a 9x9, but a 3x3 9x9 plots. Like, it's a massive, I mean, I pretty much got to dig out this whole area again, more or less. Now, there was, I believe, a chunk loader. Yeah, it was these, the Railcraft ones. These loaders here. Now, these we will actually probably be getting into before too long. I'm going to have to go into my test world. I don't know what the default settings in this pack. I don't know if it's been changed, if they're going to require ender pearls, or how that's going to work. Now, I will say that if the chunk loaders require something, I may end up changing it. Because that's one thing, I'm sure you guys know if you've seen my other series, I do not agree with chunk loaders. If you're on a server, that's one thing. But in a single-player experience, I don't agree with chunk loaders requiring any kind of fuel to run. I just don't. And the reason being is because, and I know Hirokane and I have talked about this in we kind of agree on this, is that if this is real life, time's going to be passing regardless. Like, I don't need a machine to make time pass in an area where no one's around. So, I may end up changing that setting so that it doesn't, have a fuel requirement. But we'll see. I've got to check the settings and everything and see what they have it set as at the moment. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. I'm going to probably spend the next few days literally just digging out this area so that we can sit in our next farm plot. I would like to get at least this one, possibly another one set up before spring hits. I mean, at least getting one of these set up, we're going to effectively over double the size of our farm, our farmable land, which is a great step in the right direction. But I would love to get two. It's just it takes so much work to get these farm plots put in, because we do have a lot of landscaping that goes into this before we can put these in. So we'll see how it goes, because I also want to get a bit of lighting done so that we can kind of, last winter time we did a bit of lighting and kind of killed off a lot of the threat from mobs, and we still have a bit more to go before we can totally call the threat of mobs gone. But I would like to work towards that as well. We'll see how it goes over the next few episodes and see where we get to. A little bit more mining, and I think we'll be probably done with mining for the season. I think probably just a little bit next episode just to get some silver. We may try to make the push for gold. We'll see. But it all just depends on how things go. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. I will say that between this episode and next, there may be a fairly large day gap. It may be 6, 7, 8 days. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's not exciting stuff that you're going to be missing. It's going to be a lot of this that you're going to be missing. So, hope you guys don't mind too much. Anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. And, my shovel's broken and I need water. But until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully there's a bit of a mountain gone by next episode. But I'll see you guys then.